This is the actual winners' enclosure where past Breeders' Cup Turf champions such as Fantastic Light, Pilsudski, Daylami and High Chaparral all won the Irish Champion Stakes. This place is really special, so it seems only fitting that we are right here in Leopardstown for the latest edition of Rundown with Rosie. I'm Rosie Tatner, and with less than 2 months to go before the Breeders' Cup World Championships in California, the Win and You're In series has truly hit its stride. Might we have seen the next flight line come out of the Pacific Classic at Del Mar, or will we see a European contender successfully try their hand at the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, just like Ravens Pass did 15 years ago? But before all that, let's recap on all the action here in Ireland over the weekend, where there were 5 Breeders' Cup Win and You're Ins.
On the stand side, nudges ahead of Capulet with a gap then to Atlantic Coast. Diego Velasquez on the stand side of Capulet. Tahira on the stand side draws level with Just Beautiful, then away from Rogue Millennium, and it's Tahira who leads deep in the closing stages, is going to win her 4th career Group 1 in the matron. Auguste Rodin leads, 150 yards to go. Railing is Luxembourg. Nashua over the top on the outside. Auguste Rodin is in champion speed. To go, Moss Tucker and Get Ahead go by equality. Moss Tucker on the stand side is up on the flag 5. It's a rejuvenated Moss Tucker. What a score for Billy Kencock. It's a battle at 150 yards to go. Fallen Angel on the inside is digging deep and is fending off Vespertilio in the void there.
Aidan O'Brien has won the most Breeders' Cup turfs out of any trainer in the world, and it was High Chaparral who kicked it all off for him in 2002, and that same horse managed to back it up again 12 months later in that thrilling dead heat with Johar at Santa Anita itself. Wind forward and it looks like Aidan might have one hand on a magnificent 7th Breeders' Cup turf with Auguste Rodin, who won the Irish Champion Stakes here and looks like he might be able to follow in the hoofprints of his illustrious former stablemates.
So you're effectively riding the best horses in the world, but day in, day out.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
Auguste Rodin is in champion speed!
I call it a job.
Runners lined up at the mile and a quarter start. They're off in the Group 1 Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes as they emerge from stalls.
The race was evenly run. Everyone had a shot. He was there, and he was always comfortable and in control, and a sign of a good horse.
It is Luxembourg with the edge. From Point Lonsdale poised as Auguste Rodin.
Ryan had him in a great position. Perfect, lying in 3rd. The horse did the rest, you know, when he hits the front, he does enough.
Auguste Rodin leads, 150 yards to go. Auguste Rodin is in champion speed in the Royal Bahrain Irish Champion Stakes.
It's an honour to be involved with these kind of horses, and you're trusted with them every day. He's intelligent and he's great to deal with. He just does everything with ease. I ride him out every day in Ballydoyle, so yeah, I've been with him since the start. I left England 2.5 years ago. I used to ride in England for Tim Easterby, and I made a decision to retire from race riding and wanted to go somewhere where, you know, to ride this class of horse and the adrenaline, and yeah, I haven't looked back. Most of my winners came, you know, on handicaps and brilliant, they're fab. I've always been very involved in the yard, but when you get on an animal like this and you can just trust that you've got it underneath you, it's just a different feeling.
There's a good chance he'll go for the Breeders' Cup, Santa Anita. It's a race that we all love. I love the weather, for a start. I love the ambience of the track, Santa Anita, and it's very enjoyable. We'll obviously discuss it going forward, but I think there's a good chance of that happening.
York may seem a long time ago, but since then, connections of Mustadaff have come out to say that he is very likely to fly to California in search of decent ground. Officially ranked as the joint second best horse in the world, his win in the Judgmont International booked him a ticket to the World Championships. We caught up with his team after he defeated Nashua and Paddington last month.
Frankie in front, punching away, Mustadaff, and it's a record-breaking Judgmont International success for Frankie on his farewell.
The horse was brave and superb, but Frankie rode a genius of a race.
My job was to get it right, not too fast, not too slow, and luckily after 36 years I got it right.
They're off. The four superstars break from the stall.
I didn't think he'd be scaling these heights, and I think, as I've said before, I probably underestimated this horse. I didn't realise quite how fast he was.
So Frankie glancing in behind aboard Mustadaff. He's got a lead now of 3 lengths or so.
He won so well in Saudi, and then really well at Ascot, so I just needed to, we all wanted to see him do it again on the big stage.
Paddington to go after Mustadaff, to try and close. The gap is still 3 lengths, 2 lengths away to Nashua.
The only way to beat Paddington is be aggressive. We're carrying 7 pounds more, and I would rather be in front of him than behind. And because when you give a champion 3 or 7 pounds and a length start, it's impossible to get past.
The last half mile in sight, and again Frankie has a look in behind. You'll see that Ryan Moore is now just asking Paddington to go after Mustadaff.
When Paddington was declared, I thought, this is going to be hard.
Again Frankie has a long, lingering look in behind aboard Mustadaff.
As Frankie said, look, I'm never going to beat Ryan if I sit behind him, let Ryan dictate this race.
Can Paddington get past? Nashua on the right is staging a challenge. The Fox is back in 4th.
So we're going to have to take the game to him unless he goes on at a real good pace, So it was sort of doubly satisfying.
Frankie in front, punching away, Mustadaff, and it's a record-breaking Judgmont International success for Frankie on his farewell. Mustadaff beat Nashua, Paddington only 3rd, and the Fox is back in 4th.
Has there been a more appropriately named horse than Live in the Dream? His trainer, Adam West, is just 34 years old, and he only has about 40 odd horses at his stables. Live in the Dream was his first ever Group 1 runner and went on to win the Nunthorpe Stakes at York. Let's meet his very emotional owner, Steve DeLamos.
How the hell did we beat that lot?
It's a surreal experience, I can't really describe it.
Can they get to Live in the Dream? And Sean Curran looks like going to be an all-the-way win and a surprise in the Nunthorpe.
Coming into the last 50 yards when there was no Highfield Princess on either side of me. God, what a feeling, what an amazing feeling in front of this crowd. And in a race like that on a horse as good as that, on a horse with the raw speed and talent that he has. It's no secret that's the way we ride him. We like to nick lengths, come out the gates and ride him aggressively, and he's got the turn of foot to boot as well, where he can take them off their feet in the closing stages of the race.
We were trying to work out a way how we could come to the States, because he's a small, very quick horse suited by quick turning tracks, and we thought, well, we got to go to the States, and it was just very, very expensive to take him there. And it just somehow turns out that he's just paid for himself to go.
He wants this ground, he wants quick ground. It's clear on the video, it's there in HD telly, he just skips across the top of the ground. He's had his ideal conditions today, a little touch of a tailwind.
So we got another horse called Live in the Moment. Unfortunately, a few years ago, I lost all my family. Over about a 2-year period, I lost my brother, my sister, my cousin, my nan, my mum. They all passed away, and I was going through a tough time, and we got this horse, and my wife said to me, look, we live in the moment. And I said, That's the horse.
Yeah, look, I think this is my first season really. In the last few years, it's been uninterrupted through injury. I've dislocated my shoulders 5 times. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride with injury, but I had my best ever season.
We're going to California. If this is going out there, guys, I love you guys. I'm looking forward to it.
As I mentioned, we had elite level races galore in Europe, which were highlighted by Breeders' Cup Win and You're In races at York, Leopardstown and the Curragh. But let's not forget about the key races stateside.
It still gets smoking. Santine Verstappen on the Inside Spooky Channel. Get smoking every step of the way.
Beer Can Man on the outside, Motorious. Beer Can Man, Motorious. Motorious gets the lead. Late run from Cherubic Factor, but Motorious wins it well.
And Parnak still strong. A 2-length advantage. McCulloch is fully extended, and she has a lot of work to do late, and she's not going to catch Parnak. And Dylan Davis all the way in the Flower Bowl.
And now here's Gold Phoenix down the centre. Also coming late, Cash Equity and Kafkan Peak on the outside. Gold Phoenix doing best. Gold Phoenix to win. Gold Phoenix has won it. Incoming gamely Arabian Nights, all hard battling on. Slow down, Andy, any one of these 3. It's Arabian Night hanging on. Go Rocket Rider. Arabian Night has won the Pacific Classic.
With that win in the Pacific Classic, Arabian Night joins Mustadaff and Bright Future as this month's latest entries into the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. The Longines Breeders' Cup turf has been busy this month. 4 new entries, including Aidan O'Brien's Auguste Rodin and Bolshoi Ballet. The Maker's Mark filly and mare turf sees Tahira joined by Warm Heart and Parnak. Finally, the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint added 4 contenders, including the fairy tale Livin' the Dream. As the Breeders' Cup World Championships are fast approaching, I have a few key races for you to follow along with this month. Let's start with the Qatar Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, one of Europe's most prestigious races, and a win and you're in for the Longines Breeders' Cup turf. The Vosberg at Aqueduct, which Elite Power used as a stepping stone to Qatar Breeders' Cup Sprint glory last year. And let's not forget the abundance of win and you're in races at Keeneland at the start of October. If you want to follow along more, then head to breederscup.com/challenge. But for now, it's goodbye from Ireland, and I'll see you next month.